Ladies and gentlemen, real late. I'm super excited. Out of the blue, I'm minding my own business, and I get a text message that just says, "It's Mach Hommy. What's up? You want to have a conversation?" And it was a blessing that came out of the blue. Fast forward, here we are. Mach Hommy is here. Tyron is here, and it's real late. And this is a bonus I didn't expect. What prompted you to reach out and say, "Let's have a conversation"?
I mean, I feel like it's time. Just feel like it's time. Like, you know what I mean? I can't say that I'm in an album cycle, right? Because how many, you know what I mean? Like, how many?
Well, you're often in an album cycle.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, we can't say it's because I got an album out, right? So,
No, Rich Ass Haitian is out.
Yeah, it's out.
And I am, and actually, it does work, though, timing-wise, in my little made-up Peter Rosenberg pretend world, because I'm, like, you're in heavy rotation for me right now.
Okay.
Like, you're in that space, so I play probably 2 or 3 joints a week. So
Appreciate
it is the right time. It's a great project. Yeah, man, Conductor Williams, fantastic. Kaytranada. We'll talk some music.
Okay.
I don't remember a lot about our first conversation, which was like a Zoom. It was a pandemic era Zoom with you and Westside Gunn.
Yeah.
Like at a listening,
bro.
Pray for Haiti.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Nah, that shit was at like I'm about to like destroy all the magic. Like,
Well, go ahead.
the shit was like at the Pierre in one of the rooms in my suite. That's it.
Oh, really?
That's all it was. Yeah. He was outside. There was like a Sprinter outside. Like, you want to do it in the Sprinter? I'm like, nah. Literally, it was that. I didn't know I was going to talk to you until like fucking 10 minutes before.
Well, I felt at the time, I felt very lucky to do it. You know, you are someone who makes your presence when it comes to mainstream stuff rare.
Yeah.
A lot of your stuff is with Tyron here, who, how would you describe the sort of work that you do?
This is mainstream?
I mean, I'm on a mainstream platform, so listen, I would love to still be considered just
Later.
underground. Yeah, no, disgusting.
Like, yo, I'm fucking out of here. Like, nah, go ahead.
Well, listen, unfortunately, relative to the people who make big money, I am still underground. But
But Pete, I don't want to answer for my. And not that you asked him a question, but I don't think he avoids the mainstream. I think it's just more about being selective and exercising discernment. That's just been my experience.
in terms of how he operates.
Yeah. And who he sits down with.
And how did you guys first connect?
Interview 2015. After that interview, I had bumped into him again, and he was like, "Yo, I know I was in the room when you did that interview, so I listened to the Ralph McDaniels one to make sure that you weren't a fluke." And then we just kept in contact from there. And then whenever he wanted to speak, he was just like, "Yo, I'm ready to talk," or "I'll be in New York," or "Will you be in LA," or "Will you come to Atlanta?" And when you meet somebody like Mach, the answer is always yes.
So you became the underground Howard Cosell for Mach Hommy.
The press secretary for Mach Hommy.
So that's interesting. So it sort of doubles as you do interviews and also, you know.
At this point, he's a biographer.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah, by now, yes.
Because, it's 9 years into this for you. And
Something like that. Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yeah, it'll be 10 years next year.
Okay, well, shit. Yeah, there you go.
And Mach, when I looked on streaming services, your first project is 2013. That's listed on there. I don't know how real that is.
Go ahead.
Does that sound right for around the first time you dropped?
I mean, I guess. I mean, the first time I streamed anything was like 4 years ago.
Oh, and then all these projects you've just put up since.
Yeah, these are like previous releases, you know, so it's almost like a post-dated piece of mail, but in the reverse, I guess.
So
you know,
that's what I figured, because I
yeah.
remember when I first looked, when Pray for Haiti came out, there was nothing else there, right?
That's shit, like, well, maybe like 2 pieces.
So, and now when you look, you've filled
whole
it.
catalog.
The whole catalog's up.
Well, the whole catalog, quote unquote.
Got it.
Yeah.
The most of the things that were all available on like limited vinyl or cassette, things like that, are now all there.
Nah.
Not even.
Nah. That's why I was saying like the catalog.
So how did you? Because it's become a thing, as you know.
What's that?
The being intentionally rare has become a thing.
Oh.
You predate it being a thing. And it was a time when there's just so much of everyone available all the time.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the plan to be incredibly niche and selective as a way of growing your brand? Because it's counterintuitive if you don't understand it.
Yeah, I think my particular circumstance kind of led me in that way, in an organic way. So, for instance, like, I just, at that time, there was like Bandcamp, and then you had SoundCloud, stuff like that. And for me, Bandcamp had like, Bandcamp was gatekeeping at that time because, you know, I felt like things were being undervalued, and I felt like, you know, we needed to put a little bit of respect on it, right? And especially if, you know, you're actually getting a piece of it. And if you want to engage with my work as an owner versus just a renter or a leaser, you're going to have to pay a premium, right? If you want to own a piece of the work, right? So therefore, like, you can go and play it whenever you want to, right? So you got 45 minutes to an hour of happiness anytime you want. It's basically a drug, right? So I was looking at it like that, but then the way Bandcamp was gatekeeping
And this
was like,
predates Bitcoin and things like that, right?
oh yeah, this is like, this is like, fuck. Yeah, 2016 or
Right,
some shit
okay.
like that. You know what I mean?
So this is pre whatchamacallit's blowing up.
Non-fungible token.
Yes.
And yeah. I mean, those concepts were floating around if you knew where to look.
Right.
But no one had put it into fruition, you know, and no one fucking created the bubble and burst it in like 12
No one was talking
months.
about their wallet every day or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. So there was no false pretense there, right? It was just a concept. I'm the one that took the initiative to go ahead and say, okay, I already knew that I was going to alienate like a good amount of the so-called peer group, right? Because it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's not... Yo, I even got a call from someone, like, even before I started the pricing model, I got a call from someone, I'm not going to say their name, shit, I don't want to make anybody famous, but... And they were like, yo, you know, like, you can't do this. Such and such called me, and such called me. You know, you can't keep releasing music at this frenetic pace. And it was odd to me that they used the word frenetic, right? Right, because it seems a bit diminutive, right? You know, of the process.
It seems like you're like out of control almost.
But that's what they meant.
Right.
So, see, moving forward, those same types of people are calling labels and distributors and telling them not to do business with me. So, you know, but that's a little seed for you, food for thought. Maybe we'll go back there later. But anyway, I started there. And because Bandcamp was gatekeeping so much to the point to where I would have people email me, showing me screenshots of Bandcamp returning their purchase money, giving them a refund, and along with a letter of like, you know, we feel that in our humble opinion that you have made a mistake. Yes, with this purchase, and it seems fraudulent. So, you know, if you really want,
the price was high.
Well, I maxed it out because I think Bandcamp stopped you at $9.99 back then, right? So I just pushed it. I pushed the fucking thing. That's what I do. I test the elasticity and shit. So I pushed it, and it stopped at $9.99. So like I did that, and I think I sold like at that time that was like the Gat, right? So I was selling the Gat vinyl on there, and you could only do $9.99, and I was like, shit, it should cost more, but like. I guess I was lazy at the time. I didn't want to have my own marketplace. In a sense, I just didn't want responsibility, right? I think that's what it is in hindsight. At that time, I just didn't think of having my own store. I don't know why. But anyway, so many instances of that. After like 10 to 12, because, you know, I guess the people there were pissed off because I sold all the whole entire vinyl in like 30 days. You know what I mean? I only had like 28 pieces. And so they just went, like, I don't know what it was, you know, and I didn't have anything set up to where I could be like, oh, because my Twitter's jumping and I know, or like, I still didn't even have social media at that time. I ended up getting social media after that.
It's hard to even fathom in this era how one tells anyone about anything when you're underground and don't have social media.
Bro, word of mouth is a real thing, bro. That's all I could tell you.
Right.
Like, there are people out here that are people look up to and that are well respected, and their words really matter. And for some reason, my work resonates with people
whose words matter.
Yes, who have excellent rapport within their community. It should say something about who I am as a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So then, you kept pushing with Bandcamp?
No, so after like about the 9th or 10th, you know what I'm saying? Like I think we got past 10 and I was just like over it. And
you're still selling extremely limited amounts of vinyl.
Bro, like I said, the GAT, 28 pieces.
So what are you selling the physical for? Or can you only sell it for the $9.99?
No, I was selling the physical on Bandcamp.
So they pay $9.99. So you're making no money.
Say it again?
So you're making like no money on those vinyls. For what it costs you to press.
Hey, this boy. Hold on.
Oh, wait. You mean $9.99?
$999.
Go ahead. That's the limit. Okay, sorry. I didn't know that. By the way, I'm kind of impressed by Bandcamp.
It's okay. But yeah,
so you sold 28 copies at $999.
Yeah,
and that was the max Bandcamp would allow you to put an item. So how it works is, for people who don't know and never use Bandcamp, you get the digital on Bandcamp, and then they receive the vinyl in the mail, all for the $9.99.
Nah, I ain't do no digital.
Oh.
I kill that. They tell you, look.
I didn't know that was an option.
Look, no, there's an option there. I don't know if they changed it now, but back then they have a little button, and it's don't do that. I'm from Vailsburg section in Newark. Like, don't give me a button to tell me, oh, if you press this button, you could do what you want. So I press the fucking button. It gives you a warning. It used to say like, oh, we strongly suggest against you doing this, right? Because you should give the people that. I was just like, no, man, it's exclusive, my nigga. So I hit the button. So I did everything you're not supposed to.
So in that case, you're kind of just using Bandcamp as the place for people to find you and serve as a store. That's it.
They ain't like it.
Okay. Well,
I guess. You know,
there's probably, we could probably figure out why it doesn't make sense for their, thing.
I mean, it worked for me. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
the type of person I am.
Well,
Call me utilitarian. I've been called worse things. I don't really care.
Okay. So by the way, though, so you did 9 to 10 projects in that range, that limited and that expensive?
No, I wasn't in that range. Like, that was the only one, because that was the first time I did it. So you got to understand, like, if I had done that the first time I went on Bandcamp and they responded that way, maybe no one would have ever heard of me. Maybe. Isn't that some shit? So, but right when I got to that point, it's like, oh, nah, they fucking up my bread, because you got to imagine, like, okay, you having thoughts about this shit. You thinking twice. You like, fuck. Yo, niggas gonna think I'm crazy, right? Or like, I already had people calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's weird when you got visitors calling you, right? So it's not like really no one that really you could relate to, right? So you're wondering like, damn, this person represents a demographic that I'm not really tapped into. They're in the business. They're calling me, telling me, don't do this. This is not going to be good for you, right? You can't do it like this. And I'm just talking about the pace of release. They didn't even know where I was headed with the price model. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, like, now you have a situation where the phone's going off. You see the fucking PayPal ringing off. You see all this shit going on. You like, damn, you're doing your little quick calculations. You're like, well, shit, I done carry the one.
Yeah. What the
Okay.
This is actual money.
Right. Actual money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the time, you know what I'm saying, I got to take care of my family. So either way, when that happened, I said, all right, it's time. I had been ruminating over it. Like, I didn't want to go into a situation where I had to be so responsible. You know what I mean? And I guess it's just like the folly of youth. You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know. I don't know why I felt like I had to truncate my vision to that degree, right? In order to fit in and be cool. So I don't want to fucking rock the boat or whatever, but I fucking rocked the boat, man. And I'm happy for it. You know what I'm saying?
Where does one, because I'm in my mid 40s, I'm still trying to figure out like a lot. Where does one get the confidence to sell something for $1,000? I mean, remember Nipsey, God rest his soul, Nipsey sold the CD for $100.
Yeah.
Right? That was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember talking to him at that time. He sold 1,000 of them. It was a big deal. Jay-Z bought 30 of them, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that was a thing. That's $100.
Okay.
$1,000 is a wild thing to attempt. Where do you get the confidence to think this could work?
Yeah, but it's wild. But then you fast forward a few years later, and like I've blown that number out the water like by multiples of 5 and 6. You know what I'm saying? So, you might want to ask me how do you get the balls to do that? But you know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
by the way,
we'll start there. Let's see if I can remember.
Okay,
So
yeah,
let's see. So okay, most they say like necessity is the mother of invention, right? To me, I say, but what fuels the invention? It's not just the need. Right, you have to have some sort of emotional response to the fucking thing, right? To what's in your way, right? I feel I got a special brand of frustration. It's Port-au-Prince and Newark. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Two places with a lot of angst in them.
Yeah, and people that really are not impressed by anyone, anyone's bullshit at all, including mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that being the case, and then my dad was a hell of a yeah, something else, right? And then you got that, and then mixed with the fact that I come from a very artistic family, you know what I'm saying? But I also come from people that, are very academic, in that sense. And then you have a side of the family where, I was always told to avoid, but that I gravitated towards, right? And these would be the people who maybe their star didn't reach the height it should have, you know what I'm saying? But they still got that quality in them, right? There's intrinsic value in just having a conversation with people like that because they have everything.
What kind of art?
Shit, man. I mean, in my family, we got sculptors. I mean, shit, we got people that metal work. My uncle is woodwork. He probably been doing that shit for like 40, 45 years. I got statues in my house. Half of the art that I have is from someone that, changed my diaper or some shit.
Wow.
So, my dad was a folk guitarist. So it's just like there's a frustration built up there. My cousin George was an excellent landscape muralist and all this crazy shit. And, some people maybe like found opportunities. Maybe they went to Paris to study and then maybe that shit chewed them up and spit them out, right? Maybe. So like I've seen a lot of different angles of what could happen to you. And so for me, there's no fear there, right? My dad has, my dad probably, not to just go too deep, but even like a lot of the conversations he would have with me about a lot of his work, his intellectual property being stolen and being monetized and him not taking part in that monetization. All these experiences, and then you take them and I'm outside. I'm really outside spinning bands and stuff like that. I think that's what you call it now.
Is it?
You know what I'm saying? I think so.
I'm the last one to ask.
Yeah, but I'm outside and I'm up and down the highways and I'm looking for life, right?
When you say looking for life, looking for like adventure, looking like live life?
Nah, see, life, that's a great perspective and a great angle. I'm glad that you're free enough with yourself to speak like that, right? But my part of town, life is not fucking adventure.
You're looking for life.
Fucking life is life.
Looking to live.
Yes, I'm looking to live and I'm looking for comfort. I'm looking for financial security. Everything every nigga from any marginalized community in the world is looking for.
Correct.
Whether it's overseas or over here, right? So yeah, adventure, cool. But I like,
everything was an adventure. So
yes.
So you're trying to
standing at the bus stop is an adventure,
right?
Going to the corner store, okay. Leaving school during a fire drill, and some people don't come back to school after the fire drill.
Sure.
And going to the store to go get a orange Clinton. And coming outside, busting the Clinton open, hearing 2 shots, dropping the Clinton, looking up and seeing a body right there. And a nigga looking at you. Yeah, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
So you had all the adventure one needs. You're looking for...
Bro, this is like by 9, 10, 11. I'm good. I'm like...
So good on adventure.
I'm maxed out, son. You feel me?
Yes.
So, wow. But anyway, but not to to digress, because that, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We can get a trauma counselor in here one day. You know what I'm saying? But let's not unpack all of that. The whole point is all those experiences, and even like everything that I witnessed in Atlanta, East Atlanta, everything that I witnessed in Miami, North Miami, everything that I've witnessed, all over the different hoods, even like in Alabama, and I ain't gonna tell on myself, but
You've been to lots of places.
I've been to lots of places, and I've been to the bottom in every fucking place, right? And then after the bottom gets knocked out, there's a fucking bottomless fucking chasm, and I've been there too, in total fucking free fall, right? And so, it's no small wonder that I'm able to say, fuck it, $9.99, fuck it, $3,000, fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because what I gotta wait on? permission. I never needed permission to fucking free fall down the bottomless chasm. I never needed permission to fucking get harassed by police. I never needed permission to get smashed with a fucking flashlight repeatedly at the age of like 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Dogs on a nigga ass, big ass dogs, you know? Jersey different, man.
So Newark's different too.
Well, yeah, say that. Thank you, sir.
No, Newark's different, guys. Newark is different. Brick City there's a long history in Newark, man. It's an
interesting place.
It's a lot of, yeah, it is. And by the way, in some ways underrated cool place, and also underrated,
it's mad cool.
Underrated, horrible things that have happened there, and also underrated culture.
You might never get to the cool part though.
Right. You might not.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, I'm sure.
But it's cool though.
But there is some cool shit.
It's very cool, yes. I mean, shit, I got my style from Jersey.
How much can you see in yourself how much is Jersey and how much is Port-au-Prince, or is it exactly
we can't
split?
Do that. Nah,
it's exactly
it's not quantifiable. Listen,
right.
The Lord abhorreth diverse weights and measurements. Okay, like let's not try to like quantify what's what. Right? Do you really want to do like, oh, I got 60% of my mom, 40% of my dad? Like,
I've never thought about that.
What are we doing? Like my alma mater. Like this is my fucking foster mother.
Right.
So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When my mother couldn't do for me, the city did for me. That's it.
Well, how about this? How much time have you like growing up in Newark? How much time were you spending in Haiti? How often do you go and visit family?
Oh, well, shit. So, I mean, after the age of like 9, 10 years old, it was like summer. The frequency was,
What was that? What were summers in Port-au-Prince like as a kid?
Yeah, well, it's definitely not like living there. So it's just everything is fun and everything. It's just concentrated, everything that's good about Haiti. And only that.
And felt like vacation from Newark?
Shit. Yeah, for sure. But there were so many things going on. Like, for instance, like, I go to Port-au-Prince for the summer and I might stay at my cousin's house, Stefan. And, I'm like, shit, like he lives in a really nice house. And I've never been to a house that nice in New Jersey.
Right. Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's super fascinating. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a bit of a cognitive dissonance that occurs in the very beginning, right? But I mean, shit, after a while, you figure like, oh, nah, this is just the rhythm of real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's stranger than fiction.
Not everything is linear and exactly what
almost
expect.
Nothing.
Right.
Unless you subscribe to the linear constraints of whatever your so-called peer group is. Then things will be exactly how they and you decide that you want it to be. But outside of that, if you're dealing with real life, you're dealing with nature, there's nothing linear in nature.
Right.
They don't even got straight lines, my nigga. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I know.
Nah, it don't, because I'll be out in nature too.
Right.
Trying to find one. You can't.
You are into nature a lot, right?
Well, shit. Yeah, people. What? I need.
Aren't you into animals as well? Are you into like farms and
husbandry?
What is that?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's like the maintenance and I don't want to see the oversight of farm animals.
How did that become an interest of yours?
I mean, just like all the other stuff where, people kind of just shut you up and tell you you don't need to worry about what's in the sausage. I need to know. Literally,
you want to know.
Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? I think I got a bar like that. You don't want to know what's in the sausage, but you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that how it started? You were like, wait, what am I eating?
Basically, it kind of started like on some like, somebody was saying like, how can you, I think it was about sustainability was the conversation.
Okay.
Me and one of my homegirls, and we were talking about sustainability, animal cruelty, and and all of that. And I was like, people will sit and eat the thing because it doesn't have a face, right? Like the difference between like a Haitian meal and something else was maybe like the fish that had a head on it still, right? And then maybe the fish fry is just a fillet around the corner.
Right.
So you don't really see the life in it, right?
No.
You don't have to face the fact that this thing has a nose, it has eyes, ears, it probably got a mother. You probably fucked up a family or something. But my thing is like, if you could look at the face and still eat it, then, you know what I'm saying? Look, kudos. You know what I mean? Good on you. Because that's really the real shit. That's more akin to like how we supposed to function, right?
Okay.
And then maybe it'll be way less wasted if only the people that got the heart to eat living things could eat living things. So that was a deep conversation, but most people stop at the conversation. Yo. You know what I'm saying? Because I dragged him into this shit too. You fucking
Are you
New
there?
Yorkers.
Are you there now?
Fucking Harlemite.
not.
You
I'm
gotta
not.
see the face.
I'm not. So, well, we went in California. He took me to said farm. He was skinning the face.
Okay.
And all of that. And then
It sound different.
yeah.
It's just all right. Go ahead.
You're doing the process. You're doing the actual
he's,
thing.
He's doing the process.
I'm processing meat,
But
son.
then at the end of all of that, I was like, he had taken me to a burger spot like the day before. And instead of being turned off by it, I was like, yo, bro, can we hit that burger spot again? Like
No,
right
facts,
after he was
facts.
just like,
Facts.
right after he was just treating the cows and all of that.
Fucking
So,
sociopath.
yeah.
Facts.
Okay, so you're saying there was still a disconnect for you. You
Yeah,
saw it.
I was
It was gross,
Yeah.
scary. I'm just
Nah,
saying,
it wasn't scary, but it was just like, oh, okay.
uncomfortable.
word. Nah, it was just cool to see this person in this light because I hadn't been there before, right? So like I'd seen him in a lot of different environments, but that was the first time I saw him, tending the farm, and we were in the mountains and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, no, it wasn't any of those things, and I was still hungry. So I still needed the burger because it definitely was a burger spot that I can't find out here back home. So it was like, and I don't know the next time I'm gonna be out.
Bro, like literally, like you know how people be like, oh, let me get some ranch, Hidden Valley. What? No, nigga, no. Like I take you, like ranch,
right.
ranch sauce. Nah, for real, from niggas from the ranch. Right? Yeah.
So wait. So do you still go to burger spots though and eat regular food at places? No. For you, everything's from
No,
or as often as you can.
All
As
right,
often as you
stop. Like, let's not be facetious about it, right?
I'm not being facetious.
No. I'm saying like if we're in a place where I can't access the,
Right, but I mean, when you're at home, when you're near where you're able to do so,
of course,
then you want to eat what you kill, essentially, or not kill, but process.
yes, or at least I need to know. Like I like to get like you know what I'm saying. Like get my eggs from Daddy O that take the eggs out the coop. You feel me? That's
Now, who kills the actual animals that you were processing and eating? You have someone like there's a person on said farm who's doing the slaughtering, if you will.
I mean, it's okay to kill to sustain your own life.
Agreed.
Yeah, so
So it's you.
maybe I dispatch a few cows.
Wow. Now, by the way, you have to understand, I have more moral qualms with myself
Yes.
for eating cows and not killing them than I do with you for killing them and eating them.
Good for you.
I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I
But
don't
you
want
like
to
a good
do it.
steak.
Yes,
What's
I do.
up, man?
And it's but listen, it's so funny. Like, so I absolutely morally agree with you 100%. So in high school, I had a class called Peace Studies. It was
Okay.
it was an amazing class from an amazing man named Coleman McCarthy, who's the most progressive, incredible human ever, who taught me like anything good that people might like about my moral conscience. A lot of it comes from this man, right?
Nice.
This pacifist, wonderful.
And what's his
man.
name again?
Coleman McCarthy.
All right,
he
go
has
ahead.
he has books about veganism. He's been a vegan since I know the word vegan existed. He was always very controversial.
Oh, and this is coming from a vegan. I had the card.
The
I
official
mean, decades long. You know what I'm saying? I was
Really?
card carrying vegan.
actual card carrying.
In that sense. Card carrying vegan.
So you'll enjoy his work.
And Pete, that was my least favorite version of Mach. Like, so the thing that I like about him, right, is that impeccable taste when it comes to food and all of that, right? So when he comes out east, I just want to eat pastries all the time. So he's like my food partner in crime. So when he was on his vegan shit, I couldn't indulge. So there was no
Couldn't even get a good
Yeah, there
pastry.
was no cronuts. There was no Dominican cell. There was no super moon.
Oh, yeah, I
you know
was
what I
on
mean?
some
Yeah,
paleo.
So it was
you know what I
a
mean?
rough time, and now we're knowing each other. Yeah.
Tough time for your friendship.
And I'm gonna do a project where I listen to the music during that era to see if it's different than when he was
That's interesting.
on his farm shit.
Bro, I'm just like, no, it's gonna be different. And the vibe is different. And then I'm on some shit like, yo, I only want ancient grains from the Tehachapi project. I'm on some bullshit, son. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But I know where I come from, so I already know what I'm on. And like, yo, fight me.
So, all right. So real quick. So back in high school, he showed us that like he had this one documentary about vegetarianism, and it showed this is back in the day when you couldn't just go on YouTube. This had the cameras inside the slaughterhouses when like no one was seeing this shit. This is 97.
Oh, okay, like some expose shit.
And he's showing it to, by the way, he's showing it to
A group of what? How
a group
old?
of upper middle class 17-year-old Washingtonians, like living outside in Maryland, right?
Okay.
And so all parents get upset at like because kids come home like, Mom, fuck this cow. We can't eat this shit.
I don't want this. Yeah.
So when he showed us the thing, I remember I got into a really big fight with a friend of mine because he refused to watch the doc. And I'm like, yo, my man, at the very least, if we are going to eat this, at the very least, we need to be able to see this is happening. When you eat the burger, some horrible slaughter like this is happening. And it doesn't make us some moral saint to watch it and then go eat it. But it's a level above. You can't even look at it. Yeah. We have to know what happened because there's such a disconnect when we walk into the grocery store and we just see red colors. You don't know what you're looking at. That's not cow. Those are hamburgers. You know what I mean? When you see a cow on a door, when you watch City Slickers, and you see little Norman the calf, you're like, this is what I'm eating.
Veal.
I don't eat veal.
You stopped because
I never did. Never have had veal. I just won't. It's just that when
you know?
I always heard about veal when I was a little kid, and I was like, "What's veal?" And someone said, "Oh, it's a baby cow, and they keep it in a box." And I was like, I don't know. I'll eat the sad older dead cow. I'm not eating. This is where I draw the line. The caged, tiny. That's But listen, I hope I haven't given up on myself for one day finding vegetarianism. I haven't given up on myself yet. So how long have you been doing this? Actually dealing with the animals?
Oh, just make sure that shit's locally sourced. If I can't do it myself, if I'm not on the ranch, if I'm not on the farm and I'm in the city. But this the thing, like my freezer, I got a deep freezer with like 300 pounds of beef in it.
The oxtail.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the oxtail. So I'm not crazy.
So when we call maybe a bull to slaughter, we don't waste, right? So I got the hides tanned. I got the skulls in the house as decorations.
Wow.
I got the hides in the room, right? And they make for good warm, blankets.
So you really use every part of these animals?
From the rooter to the tutor.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
It is what it is.
I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, but it's not as difficult as you'd like to think, because if, let's say, like, every once in a while you slaughter a bull or something like that, it's in the freezer. Live life.
How long does it take you to eat said bull? If you have an entire bull.
One. Shit. It depends. So I guess maybe on with the whole family, like 6 months.
Wow. Whole family could eat that for 6 months?
Well, yeah, because you're not just eating beef
bull
every day.
Stop, right? But for all your meat meals.
Yeah, obviously some meals, some people's going to opt out, right? Most. Because it's like once you get rid of all the finer cuts, then it's like nobody wants the rest of that shit, right?
Is this connected at all to time in Haiti, or no? This is just a journey you went on yourself?
No, all that comes from the upbringing, right? So culturally, we're exposed to every part of the animal in the cuisine, right? And it's really no taboo, right? It's just like you eat the fish, you eat the eyes, right? You don't waste anything, right? Obviously, you don't want it. You're a child, you're ill, and then your mom, grandma, somebody's going to be like, oh, you crazy. You don't know what you're doing. This is where it's at, right? So then you get to a certain age and you start to understand, like, oh, certain parts of the body contain certain chemicals in there that, correspond to certain organs and certain things that your body doesn't really produce anymore after a certain age, right? So, and you need a little kickstart. So then you start realizing, like, okay, I understand this sustainable eating thing from a real life perspective, man on the ground type shit. You know what I mean?
Tyron, as someone who's definitely spoken to Mach more than anyone else, mm-hmm. if you talk to someone else in your life about like what you do, and you're like, oh, well, I'm actually the biographer essentially for this very interesting artist named Mach Hommy, and they go, what's he all about? Mm-hmm. How do you describe Mach?
Shit.
How do I describe Mach?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know that I do, man. It's like to do that is to take away from someone experiencing that for the first time. Because I remember when I first heard him, when he has this line where he's like, man, I hope I die beautiful, breaking dope down till it's brown in the cuticles. And I just kept replaying that song over and over and over again. So I would never want to rob anybody of that feeling. I would just be like, and actually I've done this before.
All right.
I had a copy of HBO, which preceded the GAT thing that he did on Bandcamp, right? So when he was first doing physical copies of HBO, it was through Instagram DMs, and it was
How much you charge for that one?
180. Well, it was 187 copies for $300.
Okay,
right?
Just
So-
300. A bargain relative to GAT. You know.
So
I mean, the GAT is something else now. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We'll
I'm
talk
sure.
about that.
Yeah.
So he gave me that, right? And I ran down on well, first his lawyer or attorney named Ken Montgomery. I was like, yo, here, like I know you fuck with rap music. I think you should listen to this. And that's it. So that's how I'll describe people to Mach. Like if I have the access to like give them something that they can listen to, then that's the best way. Like words don't really quantify it for me as a person who loves rap music as much as I do. Like I want people to have that feeling. And the other person that I did that to was Combat Jack. I gave him a copy of the CD too.
Wow.
And yeah, and Mach was like, yo, bro, I don't know how many more I'm gonna give to you, so you might want to chill out.
with the giveaways, with the promo team.
yeah. So that's it for me, man. I think it's less words and just more like, let me direct you to this thing.
Now, you said something very interesting before we started recording, Mach, about sort of your protection of Mach Hommy, the artist, and people's experience with that, and that you don't always give everything of your personal life because you don't want necessarily all of your personal life to bleed into the performer that is Mach Hommy.
Yeah, I don't think it's pertinent.
So how would you then describe Mach Hommy?
I describe Mach Hommy as a cultural gene, right? And or rather a cultural gene factory. All right, yeah. Nah, saying it like this because, like, you know, for every expression, for every gene, for every isolated mitosis, every time the cell split and it goes here or there, you can kind of follow the path, almost like a meme. And you can follow like how people start to standardize, like maybe like a flick of my wrist one time in the studio somewhere. And you see it go here, you see it go there, you see it go, you know, you could say like I'm just a storyteller or a griot or something like that. That's part of it too. But then you also got to be like, damn, you know, I could see my DNA in a lot of different places today right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you spoke on some of it earlier, you know what I'm saying? You could talk about like how I moved the goalpost so far with my price model, right? To where like now my so-called contemporaries can charge double and not miss a beat. It's like,
right, because
who did that for you?
Right.
Yeah. It's like the first man through the door. I'm definitely the spearhead, you know, at least within, you know, what I can touch, what I affect. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the one cutting through a lot of noise and giving people the real, as they say, the real skinny. You know what I'm saying? Giving them like, you know, like the real kernel that they can take back with them. You don't even got to get your boots muddy. Like I did it. Like they bluffing. Like you can get bread. Like they bluffing. Like, you know what I'm saying? People out there want to hear you. They bluffing. Less than 4% of the world's population, you know, resides within these shores. They bluffing. They bluffing. U.S. dollar is mad unstable. They bluffing.
And as a result now, yeah, as to your point, a lot of people are able to get a lot more and do a lot more.
Yeah, because, you know, the breaker of chains. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Do you see? Here's what's interesting is that most artists have a tendency to, you know, not most artists, most everyone wants credit for what they do, you know, or me personally at least, you know, wants validation. I want people to recognize, you know, when people talk about other hip hop podcasts, I always want them to go, just one ep was first. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget one ep was first. That's important, you know.
There's value there in your journalistic integrity too.
There is.
Speaks for itself, yeah.
And there's value. Like, hey, I tried something before I saw other people do it.
Facts.
So that's a cool thing. So, you know, I'm not Albert Einstein, but we did something cool. But you also, unlike me, who's always out, I'm on 50 radio stations trying to get seen. You intentionally can make yourself a little bit harder to find.
Okay.
So, do you still have the same aspirations to always be recognized, or are you comfortable with not everybody knowing, and because maybe you design it that way?
And what gave you the impression that I had the aspirations to always be recognized in the first place?
Nothing, just that you're human. And in my experience, other humans generally are
Psychology.
that way.
All right,
generally. But
all
everything
right.
I've known about you since I first heard about you, the reason I'm surprised that we're sitting here today is because you don't do that. Like, you're someone who I checked off early on. You know, the only person I know who's as intentionally rare as you, who I've never sat down with and been playing his records for 10 years, is Ka.
Okay.
Right? Brownsville Ka, who's, you know, his own story, right?
Right.
But besides y'all two, I really don't know anybody else who, like, really they're comfortable being like, I'm not trying to do every interview. You could have already done a lot of other things had you wanted to.
It's not for lack of approaches. Nah.
Never. So that's my point. So do you, but so as a result.
I say no a lot.
Yeah, you a lot.
A lot.
So are you obviously that means I would assume then that you're comfortable. You feel like you know enough of what you've done to not need everyone else to go, oh, yeah, thank Mach. He did that.
Oh, well, okay, so now we're at a point. Okay, I got you. I hear you. So now we're at a point in time where, like, the narrative has run amok. And when I see authorship, ownership, and origin being misplaced and attributed to parties who had nothing to do with it, then it's like, all right, time to come and grab the reins. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's just a simple grabbing of reins.
Pulling the story back in.
That's it. My horse. Thank you. But that's all.
So
it's not that deep.
Got it. So there was a time when, like, oh, it's cool. I'm happy with it. The narrative's getting a little bit too far removed from what it is. Let's just let people know what time it is.
I mean, it's been torn asunder to shreds, right? And so, which, you know, the problem is this, like, there's a false narrative that's been torn asunder and that's been proliferated. And because it used to be something that was whole, people think that's the real thing. It's like there's a false document that's being considered real that's been torn around. People are praising every little fucking shred they can find, trying to put it together, and that's not even it. So, you know, in that sense, it's like, all right, here, I got the birth certificate. Right here, the footprints, this the real shit, huh? Here you go. And I think it's something as simple as just, you know, also, too, not only that, it just seems to be like everything has a time and place where it needs to go down and occur. And at this point, I think I've built enough up, because let's just get a little more personal for a second. The person who's taking this role and you know, putting this burden on his shoulders or responsibility, maybe it's not a burden, but whatever it is, the weight that I'm having to carry, that guy comes from a place, right? And again, Haiti, Newark, Essex County, Port-au-Prince, comes from a place where, like Jersey strange, like for instance, like every other place I've been, they got like Chinatown, this and that, little this, little that. We never really had that shit. It's just like, we don't really, it's not like, you know, this is the Italian, little Italy, you know what I mean? Maybe I think that's the only thing they still have that's like a remnant of, like, you know, days of fucking yore, right? But yeah, but we never really had it broken down like, oh, this is little Korea, this is little, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was just, I'm in a space where, like, I might as well be an Asian in a Chinatown, to where, like, I can't, like, in Jersey, in Newark, I'm growing up in a space where I'm not finna, like, be outside for a whole day without hearing people speak Creole. You feel me? I'm not finna, so it's like, you know, for me, it's kind of like, man, I'm of the opinion that, and our culture is very down to earth, and it's like, you know, and we're super, how you say, like uber realistic people, you know what I'm saying? In a sense of like, nobody want to fucking hear you. What the fuck you interview for what? Nobody who want to hear what you got to say. And so for me, it's like, I almost had to get to a point to where it's like, you know, people are like, man, people really want to hear what you got to say, bro. Like, and like, we're here. That's also a part of it. It's like
being at that state, like feeling like you're at that place.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at that place because after a while, it's just like, yo, son, like when you going to do an interview, bro, like you got to talk to the people. You got to talk.
That's funny. That's funny that you say that, because one of the worst questions, one of the worst questions I get is like, what hip hop are you listening to right now? Is for some reason, I don't know why. And shout out to everybody who says it to me.
Why does it piss you off?
It doesn't piss me off. It's just like, it's hard to answer because I have a show every week where I play probably 35, 40 songs. And the problem with being in that world is you start to think about things just in terms of which songs you get, and I want to put together the playlist, and I want it to be good, and that's it. And
I understand.
And then the amount of artists that you sit down and listen to their album gets more and more limited. That's just being honest. Like, the sad part about...
Yeah, but doesn't it have to?
It has to. It's the same reason why when Stephen A. Smith goes on TV and everyone's like, man, Stephen A. doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's like, well, bro, Stephen A. has to come up with 30 different topics to talk about on national TV per week to entertain millions of people.
Right.
He's not the same dude he was when he was a beat writer for the 76ers.
Yes.
But if he wasn't a beat writer for the 76ers, he never would have gotten to where he is right now, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm just like not in the place where I'm listening to everything. And the other day, when someone asked me that question, I was at an event for my sports job, and someone asked me, and I was like, yo, have you heard the Mach Hommy album? And I realized in that moment, I'm like, that you have now made it. Because to your point about it being time, you're now that person who like, hey, you dropped an album, I'm going to stop and actually listen to this album. And that's as much great music as there is, and I'm sure maybe you agree or disagree, Tyron, like, there's a lot of stuff that's really good that comes short of that. Like, I want to hear the song. I want to watch the little freestyle clip. Am I hitting play on track one in the car? Because I could listen to the very best of Hall & Oates, and that shit knocks every single time.
Smile. Yo.
Like, there's a lot, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Or Thriller, or whatever. Like, I'm getting older in my life. I want to listen to the shit that I want to hear. Does my girl want to hear it in the car? It's life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a glutton for punishment. Like, Mock make fun of me all the time. He'd be like, "You listening to what, nigga?"
Because you always keep listening.
Yeah. I'm too entrenched. And I was gonna ask you, like, do you feel like
you entrenched?
Yeah. Do you feel like you still love it as much as you used to? Because I associate you with, like, you know, the 2010s, the Schoolboy Q's, the Danny Browns, the Joey Badasses. Like, right? That's when, like, I felt like Pete was like, yeah, this is
my prime. No, that was my prime.
Yeah,
that was definitely my prime.
yeah.
I've realized that recently. I enjoyed this whole Kendrick shit a lot because of that. It made me reminisce.
Really?
Oh yeah.
In what way? Elaborate.
Man, I got a lot of hate for the way I've treated Kendrick, and all of y'all look like a lot of dick riders right now. I tried to tell a lot of people that this guy was more than just
Early
like
on.
one of the dudes.
Yeah.
He was the dude. I get it. I understand. I went hard with it. And so, you know, that affects people's egos. But, like, I'm talking about all-time great MCs who treat me different to this day.
Because of that.
Because of that. It would be like, and I get it now. I can kind of understand it more.
Oh, you put yourself out there.
I put myself out there. Like,
Yeah,
Kobe
basically.
comes to the league, and you're like, that's it. Kobe's the best. I've never seen better. Well, guess what? Vince Carter, when he sees you, even though he knows he's not Kobe, he's still going to, in his mind, he's like, nah, I'm Kobe. And no one, I understand why it's irritating to have the person who says it out loud, but to me, there was a purpose. And that's the part that they didn't understand. There was a purpose. I was at that time someone who was burgeoning a brand of being a hip-hop aficionado.
Got you.
And I put my chips in on Kendrick intentionally to be like, I think this guy is worth everyone knowing that, at least me, old me who is in this spot, I think he's the number one guy. I just don't think, I'm not saying of all time, but I think he's in that conversation.
I mean, you can say whatever you want, Peter. Like,
I know you can.
Fuck? Yeah.
So, like, I reminisced on that time though, and I did think, and I was like, man, I felt filled with gratitude because it was
that's what I'm looking for. Like,
it was a fucking bro.
How did it make you feel?
Bro, I fucking
look at the nigga whole shit.
You brought him back to life.
I had great moments. No. So to your point though, I like it now.
Yeah, okay.
I love doing this.
Yeah.
I love meeting people who are like actually interesting and doing work, and we can hold a conversation where I'm not just being like, let's talk about the track list. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the track list, and I don't.
That's refreshing, man.
I don't.
You serious, or are you just saying that because I'm here?
No listener of this interview, if they're a big fan of yours, they know about the track list. If they're a new listener, they don't give a fuck. They just want to hear you have a good interview and then go check your music. So we don't really need to talk about all the ins and outs. Now, listen, if I'm sitting down
I'm glad you said that. Nigga, like, you know how I feel.
Why? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
Like, listen, if RZA was here and we're looking back on Wu-Tang Forever, well then, okay, let's talk about what happened when you made Triumph.
Yeah, it's only right. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's different. But when we're talking about an album that dropped yesterday, bro, we don't need to go in and break down the whole album that you made yesterday. Let's just listen to it.
That's impossible.
Let's see if it becomes something worth breaking down later.
You can make an ass of yourself. but it's premature. It's grossly premature.
But artists get very emotional about the like. Talk to me about. We get these requests. Like they'll tell you like, oh, make sure you ask them about blah, blah. Listen, I don't mind someone sitting down with me and like, by the way, I just did this thing. I'm super excited about it. I'd love to talk about it if you want to bring it up. But like sometimes you're like, bro, talk about the things. And by the way, as you can tell, I don't mean dirt. It's not like I want to ask you about beefs. I just want to talk about things that make you an interesting person. So anyways, to answer your question the longest way possible, I like it a lot now.
Thoroughly.
I thoroughly, thank you. There are things that I love, but I am reckoning with the fact that I'm not as passionate about as much now as I was 10 years ago.
Is it you or is it them? Yeah, I'm going like that.
Well, you or them, but also...
Dirt, no, stop. I need it. Is it you or is it them? Yeah.
I don't want to be someone who seems like I'm not self-reflective because a lot of people grow and change.
Okay.
But the thing is for me is I made it to like 38. All of my friends who I grew up with who moved on to their lives, they'd all grown out of a lot of the hip-hop shit we loved. I never grew out of anything.
It wasn't a phase for you.
It's not a phase.
Good for you.
I've made it my life. So when I think deep about it, it makes me think that honestly, it's more them. But I don't like saying that because it makes you sound like an old.
You know what happened? You just said it.
But I did just say it.
Yeah.
Like, but listen, there's shit that gets me excited, bro. I mean, like, there's no doubt shit that gets me excited. But it's on the radio. We're not the commercial shit right now. There have been bad periods before, and they got better. Like pre that 2010 era, bro. There was a lot of the ringtone era was bad. Like there was a few, like there was 50 and there was some fun shit. But like think about it, even 50 being the best of that time in a lot of ways is telling about the time. 50 was like straight up New York gangster rap, right? And we lauded it like, oh my God. Don't get me wrong, Get Rich or Die Trying it's an all-time classic. But especially stood out relative to everything else that was getting hot at that time. Because you really had just like a few pockets of really good shit. Then ringtone took over. And then when I got on the box in 07, it was still kind of rough up until like Kendrick, Q, Bronson, Mac. And then all of a sudden there was this whole generation of like, that was real. Now I look back and I'm like, oh, that was like a real generation that happened. That was meaningful.
Yeah.
You know, I'm incredibly grateful. Like I texted with Kendrick the night the Control verse dropped out, came out, and he was in Europe. And I remember like our conversation of like, holy shit, what did you just do? And he didn't know because he was like 6 hours ahead in the middle of the night. He wasn't even fully aware of the shitstorm that he had created because the song dropped that night.
You don't think that shit was premeditated?
Oh, no,
you
no,
don't
no.
think he didn't know what
oh, no, he
do?
knew. But it was exciting to hear it because he wasn't here to witness it in person, you know?
Got it.
When Matt got his house in Studio City and was like becoming that person, getting to go there and see it, like I'm now super grateful and filled with gratitude. But I do yearn for more shit that would make me feel that way.
Absolutely. You really answered it. All right.
So yeah, there's not a ton of it. What about? So are you? You said you do a lot. You're entrenched, as you said.
Yeah.
While being entrenched, are you finding a lot of shit that you love, or is it harder?
Nah, not a lot. It's definitely harder. Yeah, I just stumbled upon a couple things recently that I'm intrigued by.
Please talk to us. Put us on.
The new Michael Christmas album is good.
Word?
Yeah.
I really haven't listened much to Michael Christmas, but heard nothing but good shit.
And then there's this artist out of Queens called Wolf that I like a lot.
Really?
Yeah. But those are the two recent ones for sure. And then I think the difficulty is that I know this guy. So it's like that's, you know what I mean? I'm chasing what I heard on Gold Pots.
Chasing the dragon.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and I'm so close to it, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, like, yeah. The album came out Friday, and then like I'm done. Like it's
right. You and that's the hardest part is you feel like it moves very quickly.
Right.
How many things? And back to your album right now, I keep going back to different shit. You know what I mean? Like you have different vibes on the album, and it all really holds pretty well. The record with Black Thought is fucking stupid. And Quell Chris and the Kaytranada record. I don't want to ask the generic, how did you link up with Kaytranada? But it is sort of random. But it is. Now he's from Montreal. You're Haitian, so there is a French connection of some sort. But was he aware of everything you were doing? You were aware if he was?
So this is the wild shit. So me being who I am and people not understand, like I never felt like when I had social media that it was a part of my life. Like I don't look at it. I come from a different town, different space, different mental space. So it's like I never looked at it like that's me. I looked at it like, yo, there's some shit I got right here, some pictures, look at this. Okay, now buy this. All right, I'm out. So I didn't really treat it like, I have way more respect for it now, right? Not only the harm that it has done and it continues to do, and
you got to have respect for that, or you'll fuck yourself.
Not only the harm, but the good that can come from it. And so,
Wait, what are you on, by the way? Are you on anything?
No, I ain't on shit.
I'm about to say, because I've tried to tag you.
YouTube is social media.
Right.
I don't know. Nobody thinks so, but it is.
But it is, yeah.
All right. So anyway, I got a YouTube still. So for me, it's kind of like I didn't really think it was real. So I never looked at DMs. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to set up where I'm going right now.
I love this already. Okay.
Okay. After we had made records already, he confides in me one time. Where I forgot where we were, somewhere in Beverly Hills. He like, yo, Mach, I used to fucking follow you on Twitter, and then you never hit me. I was trying to hit you, like I kept hitting you. You know what I'm saying? And then his little brother, Lou, was like, yo, son, like, thank you for your representation of. As a Haitian artist, Haitian American artist, and the way you present yourself and the stature that you maintain, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was crazy because he had been checking for me for years, because a lot of people don't know, like, and it's not just him, it's like him, the people around him in Montreal, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing, like Mach Hommy's a thing. And so he's letting me know and shit, damn, this shit must be real, because the mass, like, yo, you know what I mean? This shit.
Wait, ignorant question. Are there a lot of Haitians in Montreal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, serious. It's concentrated up there.
Okay. Wait, what are the biggest Haitian concentrations in the country?
So you got, obviously,
or in North America, I should say.
So you got Miami, you got Essex County, you got Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Newark, East Orange, Irvington. Then you got Boston. Then you got Montreal.
Okay.
And it's kind of like there. And then as you start to move west, it gets thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's still like little pockets, like even in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. I got cousins in Chicago. They my family's been in Chicago since like 1940. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I got, some of the first people to immigrate, they went to Chicago.
Got it, but it's a smaller pocket.
Nah, yeah, but it's like, it's,
So in Montreal, though, there's a
it's concentrated.
Right.
It's concentrated.
And they're hit.
Yeah. But it's not more so like, and this is what I also want to get straight. It's not like, only Haitian people in cities with concentration, with pockets of Haitian dwellings. You know what I mean? It's like, nah. It's like, it just so happened that there's Haitian people in Montreal and there's like a community, but it's just the music, the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They are big on hip hop. It's not about me being Haitian. For them, for the listener. I mean, that's a bonus. You know what I mean? Because the first thing was like, yo, you mad ill. And by the way, thank you for representing the way that you do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like Kaytranada, like my man linked me. My man Chase linked me with Kaytranada at LA one time. Because it was funny, because I was like, yo, at that point I had room, right? And then he started to come into my purview, you know what I'm saying? And I started to pay more attention to what he was doing, because he was fucking shit up. And then I was like, damn, like, I listened to his beats. I'm like, yeah. And then it just so happened to be like, my man Chase was like
Chase
talking
Infinite?
about, yes. Yeah, Chase Infinite, yeah. He was talking about some shit, and then he was like, yeah, Kaytranada, he Haitian and the shit. And I was like, for real? You know me. I'm like, I gotta find out. What's this guy talking about, right? So then he was like, yeah, no problem. And then he made the call, and then, boom. And it was like instant right there, boom. Like, we got like 30 records.
Oh, you have that much done together.
Yes.
And that was one of those times, Pete, where so usually the shorter the text message that he sends you.
Yo, I'm gonna be right back, yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep running.
Yeah.
Usually the shorter the text message that he sends you, the more serious he is. So it was literally like Puerto Rico. And so that's where he recorded that record along with 2 other records that made Pray for Haiti. And that was the first time I'd ever seen him record too, as long as I've known him.
So wait, so he literally just wrote Puerto Rico with a question mark?
Yeah.
And did you go to Puerto Rico?
I went to Puerto Rico. Yeah. And he recorded Pay for Haiti.
Why Puerto Rico?
I think that's where Wes decided he wanted to record for that weekend or whatever, or week.
And everybody went there? Kaytranada went there too?
Nah, not Kaytranada.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it was Mach, Westside Gun, Camouflage Monk. Camouflage Monk recorded the session.
Got it.
Yeah.
And had Kaytranada just sent beats?
Yeah, I think I don't know what the extent of their rapport was at that point, but yeah, for that particular record, Mach just recorded it in Puerto Rico. Yeah. But it was a crazy thing to witness. Yeah.
What's that now?
I was just talking about the recording of Pay for Haiti in Puerto Rico.
Oh shit. Yeah, that shit was weird, man. Yeah. Like it's like everybody was like,
Well, so that was the incredible thing about it, right? Because he did what's the
on that album?
You did Criminal, and then you did
Oh, that 357, okay.
Nah, you did the Hail Mary joint. Was it?
Oh, Marie,
Criminal, and Pay for Haiti. But like, Pay for Haiti is the one record that's not like those other 2 records. So
that was the first record.
Yeah, so when he
did.
started recording that record, everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Well, they didn't verbalize it, but there was
Nah.
You could sense it.
yeah.
Nah, it was a lot of brain freeze. It was a lot of like Slurpee, 7-Eleven shit going on. Yeah.
It was like, yo, we brought him to Puerto Rico to do this. Like,
yeah, nah, niggas was sick because it was like, yo, what is this shit gonna? That's what he gonna do the whole time? This Haitian shit? The fuck is this shit? And I'm like, yeah, all right, you better hold it together.
yeah. But yeah, it was different, but it was incredible to witness because I'd never heard him on records like that before. But then later on, he played me some. Actually, I won't say, but whatever.
Nah, we got a lot of house records. You can say it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of, I'm from Jersey, son.
Yeah.
So I got mad house records.
It's not
With
the only
Kaytranada.
record.
Yes.
So it's not the only record of that ilk. So people who were surprised that he did Rich Ass Haitian, it's like there's more where that came from. So
Would you ever do it as a full project or just got something you drop in different places?
No, I'm gonna just do a house album.
Yeah, what? Watch, that's gonna end up being the shit that takes you the fuck out of here in a different place.
I don't know. I hope I'm still on Earth.
Would that so let's just for fun.
Yeah, what up?
You drop a random record, a random Kaytranada fucking down on my luck esque banger. You know what I mean? I love that record.
Why you say that? Why?
Because I just love that Vic Mensa record. I just love that shit.
Okay.
Which I thought should have been a fucking monster smash, but whatever. Some very Kaytranada esque sounding up tempo joint.
Okay.
And it blows. It just goes. And literally goes. I'm talking about like pop radio, like really goes. TikTok, all that bullshit. You think you'd enjoy that? Would you enjoy the things that came with that? All of a sudden, a very busy schedule and being asked, at least having people around you being like, hey, we need you to do X, Y, and Z. We want you to do X, Y, and Z. Does that sound appealing to you or like a nightmare or somewhere in the middle?
I mean, I always got my no in my back pocket. Like,
it's always if you need to, you always can.
I think I'll manage.
Right. Now, but here's my question though.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd have it in you to try for a while without saying no, like to go on the run, like you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you could say no.
All right, that's the thing. Like, we're in a stage now where I'm about to start doing shows and more of that, right? Because I feel like also, and this is another thing, some movie miss, like ICN, but at the end of the day, like, I inherited a lot of fucking mental, some people could call them hang-ups, but to me, I just call them like profundities, right? From relatives and different people and seeing how, maybe the doctor in the family did business. Okay, he's a chiropractic genius. Like, he understands how to finesse the, personal injury or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, right? I'm at the point now where Like, I'm probably gonna have to say no because I'm already doing something.
Okay.
And that, you know what I mean? But it's not even about like I'm not shy. I've never really been shy, you know, in that sense. It's just like yeah, definitely gonna end up doing more just because I want to do more. So, and then I feel like everyone else will be able to take advantage of this moment where I'm like outside in that sense. Because the whole time you don't see Mach Hommy outside, the guy that does this job is outside. Like, fuck.
What is that guy doing outside while not being Mach Hommy?
That guy is making sure that, you know, all his affairs are taken care of. Like, I don't have a fucking like nanny. I don't have a housekeeper. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing what I gotta do. Like, I'm eating fucking beef that's locally sourced. That's not easy, son. I gotta make calls. I gotta take rides. You know what I'm saying? Right. I gotta pick shit up. I gotta go to orchards and get fucking walnuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't even know, like, walnuts are green. Like, it comes in a little thing and you break it open, then you get the nut. It got an inedible fruit, right?
I did not realize that.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, I realize a lot of shit that people don't realize, you know, in my day to day. But yeah, you know, just whatever. And then sometimes, you know, you every once in a while you make a big meal and you share with friends. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a quintessential sort of kind of basic bitch aspiration that you have? Like, you know what I mean?
All right, give me an example of one of yours.
Oh,
and
then
that way I can, you know.
A basic bitch aspiration of mine?
Yeah, like, I want to know what this is. Define it with an example.
Okay. I want to be involved in something in a major way one day where I'm fucking sitting at a Golden Globes table, fucking, you know, clinking glasses and being like, yo, we did something, and we're not just dressed up because we were invited to come be around, but like, we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed, like, something like that.
Like, I only, the most basic shit, as you say, the most basic bitch, I guess. All right, let's see if this is basic enough for you. Like, damn, I guess I'm petty, like being places where I'm not supposed to be. Like, for instance, like places where I'm not welcome.
That's not that far off from mine, but in a different
places
version.
where I'm not welcome.
Okay, so go further with that. Like,
all right, so let's think.
You want like at the Republican National Convention tonight? I mean, like, where would that be?
I don't know. I might be welcome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
crazy
you fucked up right there. But yeah, let's do something else.
Right. Well, give me an example though. What do you think? Like,
I guess, like, I don't know, like the fucking coronation of some goofy shit like that, where, like, you know, so-called people that look like me and, you know, would never be invited unless, you know, something was going on. You feel me? Whatever fucking, like, kind of like, okay, what's the guy's name? You know, when Brando sent that or talked to this woman to go get his award?
Oh, yeah.
Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, real incendiary, you know, but to people it feels that way. It's a chuckle for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm you know, sent some wild shit, like send a date with a fucking doll. What you mean? Like, yeah, it's petty, but it's like I'm on that type of time. Like,
but you don't have like any sort of artistic. You're like, I always dreamed. Fine, I'm Mr. Joe. You know, I'm Mr. Hard to find, super rapidy rap cultural shit. But my real dream is I just want a Beyonce feature. I just want a hook from whoever the person is. I want a Billie Eilish hook. Would be everything to me. I don't know.
Oh nah, shit. For me, it's like, but these people are dead.
Yeah, those will be tough to pull then.
Like the ones that I would say right now.
Who would they be? Who are the dead ones?
I wouldn't do no AI.
Right. No,
you know what I'm saying?
You'd have to actually go back in time.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Or do it from the beyond.
Yeah.
Now, what about not AI though? What about like the estate clearing, a real thing?
Like a unreleased.
Oh, like a Lucy?
Yeah, like Drake had the Michael Jackson feature.
Right.
Like a Lucy? Yeah, I'll take a Lucy.
Yeah, like someone just has one that's in the stat. Like you would do that
and work around it.
Yeah, I would. I would know what to do with it. And if it didn't work, I wouldn't. I wouldn't release it.
So who would that be? Is there anyone out there that comes to mind immediately that you're like,
Whitney Houston?
oh, big
He's on
big
his Jersey
Jersey,
shit.
big Jersey,
Yeah, he's on the
big
Jersey
Jersey.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's how you feel. All right, but you know, I would do that. I would do Bob Marley. I mean, that's fucking cliche, but so what?
I mean, it's Bob Marley, bro. That's that's
You know what I'm saying?
so some things are, you know, some things
Some
can be
shit like,
cliche.
you know what I mean? Like something like for me, like I don't know, motherfuckers might be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay right there.
Have you, pardon my ignorance, have you connected with the Fugees in any way?
Yeah, nah.
Never have been connected. I wonder if they're hip. You know what I mean?
I mean, it would be very hard to not be hip at this point. You know what I'm saying?
A lot
It'll be difficult.
What sort of recognition is there for your music in Haiti?
I mean, in what sense? Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause,
Well, and is there a hip hop scene? And I know nothing about the level.
I
of
mean,
the
yo,
hip-hop
they got
scene.
drill. You know what I'm
Haitian
saying?
drill. In Creole, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts.
Yo, drill really made it everywhere. It's crazy. When I was in Brazil, I definitely heard my share of Portuguese drill playing.
Yeah. Oh, niggas drilling. Oh, they spinning bands. Oh, it's bad. Yeah.
So there is also like a rap scene though that exists,
Drill.
but it's drill. Oh, but it's heavy drill now. More so than I guess what, you know, the rap as we knew prior to.
Not so much. More drill.
So crazy.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Do you believe in subgenres for hip hop?
Meaning?
Trap, drill, this one, that one.
Well, no, I believe in that if you choose to present yourself in a linear fashion, like I had told you before.
Right.
You choose to keep yourself within the confines of your fucking veal box, right? Then you know what happens.
Right.
Tender. For something. There's something that wants to eat.
Right. Do you have anyone who you, prior to you sort of navigating the path that you did?
Hey, and let me say something too. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, I got a lot of love for all of these subgenres. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but my love is for the excellence in it. Because every time if you see someone that's like the paragon of like excellence in their particular niche or space or whatever you want to call it, to me, like, okay, boom, this person embodies and like, yes, A+.
Right.
But after that, it's not much more going on after these 2 or 3 guys that's really
That is it.
that's really hitting. So that's why I say to myself, like, I don't want to really get caught up in like the labels in that sense, right?
That is it. That's a very
Right, because I got niggas complaining to me all the time, like, you know, real niggas hit the phone, fake niggas, you know, whatever. I don't know what they do, but so when they hit the phone, they like, I'm tired of being relegated to these dark fucking recesses of the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? When I'm a top tier, top caliber, high performance nigga that's able to command real stages. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not being allowed to make music outside of a certain sound. That's when it goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like to subscribe to the subgenres, even though they might exist. They might really exist, but I don't think they should exist for the purpose of shortchanging niggas' vision and ideas and creative potentials. You know what I'm saying? I think the shit's been weaponized against the artists.
I agree. That's a super
You know what I'm saying?
point.
But
Yeah.
it's a corporate agenda though. You want to do this right now? But it's what it is, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. And that's a really interesting way to put it, because it's funny. My ear does not create subgenres when I hear it. The only sort of separation that I hear,
Quality.
whether this is old, well, yes, besides quality, is singing shit or rapping shit. Like I do, meaning
Nice. Okay, I got you.
like on radio. Like
you're
like
mad
like-
traditionalist. Yeah, I got
it's
you.
traditional. It's super.
I got you. Yeah, go
Like
ahead.
I fuck with Cash Cobain, right?
Yeah.
But like the Cash Cobain record, I'm like, oh, this is the singy mumbly shit. Not to say he can't also do rap shit, right? But this is his singy mumbly shit. Or I hear something that's straight raps, right? That's me. But then even that line gets blurry because there are artists who kind of live in the,
No Man's Land.
No Man's. I don't know
Yeah.
what I would have called Roddy Ricch's first project when he came out. Like, what? Quite that. Well, I guess he was a singer.
Well, yo,
but-
let's go. Let's do this. You want to do this music shit? All right. So look, check this out.
Okay.
No, it's
No,
good.
no,
It's good. I like it. Like, you're inspiring me.
Okay.
So like, what do you call this shit? A hot take?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I don't like this shit, but it is what it is. All right, because it's gonna be labeled as such, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's go. I don't want anybody to think I don't know what you fucking think, asshole. I fucking know, not you.
I know the
Fucking
proverbial
viewers,
asshole.
yeah. So, unless you're of that ilk, but anyway, so check this out. Return to the 36 Chambers.
Dirty.
Yeah, I got a take on it.
I have tons of takes.
Nah,
Go ahead.
I got the take.
Okay. I have no clue.
I'm intrigued. We've never talked about this album before, so like usually when we riding around as tragedy, we talking about the War Report, but I've never heard you talk about
That's
it. So
a
it's interesting.
rock album. Fight me. Fucking fight me.
I'm about to pull it up right now so we can. Wait. You see it as a rock?
Yeah, why not?
You know, I mean, listen. ODB is definitely super rock star vibes.
Maybe one of the last in the genre anyway.
You realize that guy, they made Brooklyn Zoo.
One of the greatest rock and roll albums of all time.
He got on the. To your point.
Fight me.
I'm gonna listen to it with that scope in mind next time.
To your point, they sat down to record Brooklyn Zoo, and the first words out of this man's mouth were just shit and word. I'll bust ass right now. You know who
Yeah.
the fuck you talking to?
Yep.
And then the off key
Yep.
ring.
Yep.
What the
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
It's a
Hard rock, too. I ain't
Hard
gonna say
rock.
punk, but you're like, yo.
And that song, by the way, first single. No fucking chorus. He just raps through for 3 minutes and 40 seconds about crazy shit. Song's over. Brooklyn Zoo. Oh, yeah, song over.
All right, I wouldn't go. Now you're going far.
Why?
It had a chorus. It's
But it's
a chorus.
It's a chorus. If
There's
you,
a chorus. Come on,
do you
man.
consider it a chorus if it's once? I guess.
What are you doing? Like, it's a chorus. There's a refrain.
There's a refrain.
Yeah,
It's at
man.
the end. It's at the end. But he doesn't stop in the middle for it. He just keeps going.
Well, you might not like the arrangement, right?
I love the arrangement.
No. You might not like the
It's
arrangement.
non-traditional.
Yeah, so you might not like it, but it's all the shit's there. It's
the
like
shit's
I know who you are.
I hear what you're saying.
You don't like if you go to a restaurant and they give you a fucking deconstructed something that you've grown up with, you're not gonna be on it. You're gonna be like, I don't like this shit.
Probably
yeah,
not.
no,
Yeah,
because
no.
you're talking like that. Yeah. No, what you is though.
No, because it's here's the thing. Being a radio guy, I think about singles, and I just admire so much that this guy was hot as fuck at that time, and their first single did not have a basic structure. That's so now Shimmy Shimmy
definitely didn't. It definitely
Shimmy
didn't.
Shimmy Yacht, by the way, still doesn't have a basic structure,
No.
but has a more obvious refrain. It's
Okay,
still weird.
maybe
He
obvious,
still then
yeah.
raps backwards for 30 seconds in the middle of the song. Nah, bro, it's
Come on, fuck with me. One day,
no,
you'll
I'm with-
see it.
It's that's a great take. Honestly, can I tell you the truth? If anything, it's not that crazy a take. It's just an interesting take. It's not crazy. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
but
that
people,
dude.
You know, people. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Dirty
The
dancing.
hoi polloi might not agree.
So, what else? You know, it's funny. I never thought about Dirt Dog with you in any way, but
Oh
I could,
shit! Okay, I fucked up.
What?
Okay, so basically, I found a way to tell you the answer without that. But that shit means so much to me. I won't even say it, but that's it.
That's it. It's
Like
Dirt.
literally, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, that doesn't get done, bro. That could be on the table for you, bro. That's not that's not an insane
Yeah, but
thing.
who got a good leftover at this point?
Well,
What you after all them fucking shenanigans?
you gotta-
when he
you
got
gotta-
out of the mental.
you got it. Well, no. So the conversations I'm guessing you'd have to have are like Fourth Disciple and
Buddha Monk, maybe?
Buddha Monk and
Yeah.
RNS and like there are those cats who there are people who might. Now listen, on the later stage, I'm sure Pharrell has shit. I'm sure there are people later who have shit, but that's not the shit. You would want that 95,
Yeah.
96. Yo, you know what blows my mind about Dirty? How much thought do you think that guy put into the Fantasy remix? Mariah.
I'm not gonna do this with you. All right, let me give you another hot take.
He probably put in 10 seconds, and that verse is forever. He
Okay.
probably thought about it for 10 fucking seconds. And if I play a wedding tomorrow,
Yeah, so
and
says
I play
you.
it,
Yeah, so says you.
oh, what you think?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's my
says
guess.
you.
Totally a guess.
Yeah, so says you. All right, this is my
but
take.
he did. He was pretty
He's prolific.
and off the top ish.
Yeah, but he was also
He was
like
a real rapper. Like he could.
But he was
go.
also, yo, son, we talking about like a 10,000 plus hour master, son, by that point in time.
Yeah, true.
Like,
He's been
let's
around
stop,
for a long
let's
time.
stop the fucking bullshit, man. Like, we talking about someone who intentionally, like, have you ever spoken to people that knew him before?
Prior to rapping?
No, prior to Old Dirty Bastard. Prior to that, the last iteration, well, the second to last iteration before he left.
I've only talked to Wu-Tang members about early
So
stories from him.
you got A-Song Unique.
Yeah, of course.
Then you got Old Dirty Bastard. Then you got Big Baby Jesus.
Of course.
A-Song Unique was already a master of MC. So by the time he go to Old Dirty Bastard, it's very intentional. Very thought out, very intentional.
But you're saying, but what I'm suggesting is
Okay.
that by the time he was at that stage, he'd been rapping. It was so built into him. I'm not suggesting like lack of effort. I'm suggesting
That
this shit. It was
was
him.
built in him.
All
Okay,
he had
cool.
to do, because the
All right,
story.
cool.
Have you ever heard the story of the
got
making
it.
that record?
You got it.
Because the story of the making of that record is hilarious, and it's very
up?
Old Dirty. It's like, I don't want to confuse it. Cypher remembers the whole story, but it's definitely a like, they're in the studio, he leaves to go shopping, he comes back. You know, it's a vintage sort of Old Dirty, and then they walk out, and the shit is incredible, and then they can't even get him for the video shoot. If you remember, the video's all fucking spliced together. And my point is, you would get him to do a record, and the art was so in him that it just came out, and then it lasted till now, 35 years later. I don't know. Maybe he did spend time thinking
Due
about
to
it.
the mastery. Like, yo, I'm just
It
trying to tell you.
oozed
Like,
out of him.
yeah, but not for lack of effort.
Not for no.
Like,
right.
yo, nah, this dude was mad
It wasn't an
intentional.
accident.
He was mad intentional, son. One of the more intentional artists that we've had in this generation. Yes.
I love hearing this talk.
Yes.
Because Old Dirty doesn't get enough talk.
Shit, he got all the talk from me.
I love it. I love it. When did he speak to you, and did someone put you on, or was it just in the general ether and you picked up on it?
No, well, basically, once I seen Ralph McDaniel spoke to me. I don't know, on public access, nigga. Like, but shit, but I was a little kid, and I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
Yo, like, I'm looking around and turning it down because I'm like, oh shit, because I don't want to get in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
That's serious.
I believe you.
So that's what it was for me. It was like that.
Do you? So Ghostface was here recently.
Yeah, what's up?
Sitting in that exact seat.
Okay.
And
Gdini, Ronzoni, Noodle, Sprinkle, Doyle, Henry.
so I said to him something that I said to him is the exact same way that I feel about Old Dirty. I'm curious if you agree. The reason I love those guys so much is they are both so the genuine article. Like, there isn't, like, honestly, and I say this, respectfully, like, you're telling us about Mach Hommy, the guy, and the person behind it. That Dirty and Deanie line, that's gone. They don't even, Ghost didn't even, like, when I try to tell Ghost, I'm like, oh, this is like telling a character in a movie, but, like, it's not a movie. He's fucking Ghostini, bro. Like, that is who he is at all times. I've now witnessed it so many times in person, and it's like it's like the opposite of Never Meet Your Heroes. Like, he's the fucking coolest. And I never got to meet Old Dirty, but from everything I've heard, his soul was very similar. And just the real fucking deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that a lot about me. Like, oh, this nigga's like, you sound the same. You fucking talk like you rap.
Well, you do sound the exact
blah,
same.
blah, blah. Yeah, on. And I'm like, yo, it's because, like, it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's me. I just want to draw the line.
So the mask is the mask the line?
The mask is the line.
So how committed are you to that line? Like, you walked in here with it on, you know what I mean? Like, you weren't like Rey Mysterio. Like, I see Rey Mysterio at work and the mask is off. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, people see me with the mask on, but I'm coming here in the capacity
to
of Mach Hommy.
To be Mach Hommy.
Yeah, but if like we're fucking bullshitting at the, I don't know, we want to fucking throw darts after this? What the fuck? Like,
The mask comes off.
yeah.
On an average day walking down the street, mask is gone.
No, people don't see Mach Hommy in the wild. No.
They just see the person behind Mach Hommy in the wild.
Boring. You feel me? My guy boring.
Do you lose anything else? Jewelry, anything else? Or is it just the mask is the line?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on something else. I'm on something else.
Altogether.
Yeah, for the most part.
Where did the phrase dumping come from? What's the whole dump shit about? No pun intended.
Nah, because like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, like I feel like language expression could be weaponized if you needed to, right? And I was like, you know, no more than in the realm of poetry and iambic pentameter and all of this good shit, right? It's like that's where you weaponize the art, you know what I'm saying? And you can aim and fire and either graze or obliterate. But it depends on what it is, what the subject matter is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, without getting too deep into it, I didn't really have to think hard. It's just like every time I was getting ready to go to the studio, I would just be like, yo, I'm finna dump. And it's just like, then you say it out loud and people's like, now everybody's dumping. You feel me? But that's where it was for me, you know, it's because dumping is shooting, you know, where we from, you know what I'm saying? If you deal with vernacular, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, damn, I don't see no difference between taking an actual loaded pistol and this. I actually feel like this is more detrimental. Could be. It could reach further. Your bullet can't go far as my words, period.
Right.
So dumping, you know what I'm saying? And then dumping became a psychology in terms of like a way to approach a workload. Then it started to evolve into more shit. It started to mean more. But that's why I told you it's like a gene factory. You know what I'm saying? We just throwing them out there, seeing if they mutate or not. I don't know. Come back later, you got a fucking single cell amoeba. Maybe you come back next week, it's a fucking full-grown boy rapping like you with his face covered.
Oh, that would not surprise me.
That's what I'm saying. It don't surprise me. I see it from time to time, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it is what it is. I mean, I understand my role, you know, in this whole beautiful thing called life, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I'm going to play my role, but at the same time, like, I feel like I need some royalties on that type shit.
I feel you. How do you view what is the role of Mach Hommy today?
The role?
Yeah, what is the role? Like you said that. Like, what are you? Like we just talked about what Dirty was in rap in '95. He was, and even in Wu-Tang, right? Like he was sort of the heart. He was in a lot of ways he was the heart of Wu-Tang, yeah. And you can still feel that with the way he's talked about to this day. RZA's obviously the brain. You have this, you know, but what is the Mach Hommy role in hip hop?
I think I'm one of the first examples of the full body politic coming to life. Everything that your greatest guys that you loved and you seen them go out bad or whatever, they didn't pay attention to. Man, only if this nigga would have looked at this, he would have. I'm doing that shit in real time. It ain't finna be no only if Mach would. Man, I wish Mach would have. Nah, like I'm taking heed in real time. I'm not letting their lifetimes be in vain. You feel me? It's like, yeah, like, nah, we gonna fix this in this generation, like with this particular permutation of whatever was given to me to make me like this ill. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear it with pride and I'm gonna push it forward, but in ways that heretofore was like frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, oh well, you're an artist. Why you worried about business? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you mean, my nigga? Like, what you mean by that?
Who before you did something like that in terms of took what they were given and made it better for others after them? I mean, I know there are options.
Yo, while he thinking, can I add on to
the
question
please.
you asked?
Whatever you want.
To me, it's about
in terms of his role.
His role, yeah. It's about autonomy and economy. Because I think about 2016, 2017, just him taking control over his art and then merging the business and the art seamlessly, and not making those two things separate. Like, you can marry them and they can still be cool and work each other and inspire each other. But then also doing $25 digitals only, you know what I mean? And just adding value to the art and just letting people know that they don't have to settle. Because I've seen, we talked about him talking about spitting the genomes and seeing the full grown. Boy, there's a lot of people who adopt his model, or the models that he's put forward. And you can tell the difference, but it's also giving people an opportunity to believe in themselves in a way that they haven't before. So that's what I see when I see what his role is. It's just giving people the confidence to be themselves.
That's a dope role, bro.
I'm doing all the shit that people scared to do. I'm doing it first. I'm doing it with high frequency, and I'm doing it over long periods of time. And it's always evolving, it's constantly growing. And like, I'm about to show you in a live space what it means. Right? Because people's like, oh, so great. You still ain't even going to the live space yet.
Have you, how much have you done in the live space?
Well, shit, back in the day, I really came up on some when, people was getting fucked up at open mics, you know what I'm saying? Like where, you have to go to open mic with like 20 people.
Right.
30 people.
This will not be the same situation you're in now.
No, it's totally different.
You will have a crowd waiting to hear you perform.
A
green room with your friends.
Yeah. B, that's A. B, that kind of mentality didn't survive the times.
No.
So,
and frankly, didn't make for a great show always either.
Speak for yourself.
I said sometimes. No,
yeah,
not
I enjoyed that shit. I look back upon those times, fondly. But nah, man.
And sharpen your craft, I'm sure, immensely.
Oh my God. Because like I said, like it's like you really, that rapping shit was like touch and go. You feel me? One day it's good and they listening to the tape, and then you seeing like the next day these same people is going to go rob the nigga because he in town. It's like, I thought you wanted to go see him. I thought that was your man. Yeah, this shit.
I know. I've heard that idea.
This shit
before.
different, man. Hey, look, man. Come from a rough town.
I have a friend. I'll one day he may have told the story publicly, but either way, I won't say his name so he can tell the story one day publicly. But he has a story of almost robbing at gunpoint one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Who he loved.
That's what I'm saying.
And he got held up literally like the way it was a light changed and the dude drove away. And he always says his life could have been he could have fucked his whole life, but they were about to run on one of the most lovable rappers of all time.
Listen, it's different. Different.
Yeah. No. Have you talked ever publicly about your meeting with Jay-Z?
Yeah, I wrote an article
in the Feta magazine.
I didn't read it. I did. Okay, so pretend I didn't.
You don't have to read it. The fuck.
Pretend I didn't, which I didn't.
Yeah.
What could you say about that famous moment with Hov?
Shit, one of, because, but yeah, man, interesting guy.
That was the first time you met him, though. That picture, like the one people know about, or no?
Because people. Oh yeah. That what with the orange hoodie.
Yeah, I just remember there was a picture moving around.
The one that's similar to the one with Usher and shit.
With Usher. All right, yeah. Usher was there. Usher. Shout out Usher. Ursh.
So that was the first time you met him, that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just with that, what did that encounter entail?
Oh, man, I think Usher had like an ounce on the table or some shit. Like, we was in public, man. I just want to say that, first of all.
Okay.
So it's like, that was interesting to me. Yo, he had his Haitian flag shirt on.
Really?
Yeah, Ursh. Yeah.
Is that he really was rocking a Haitian flag t-shirt?
Bruh. He's like, "Sock passe, nigga." Very loudly.
Wait, is this are you fucking with me, or is that actually what the story was?
Shit. I don't gotta fuck with you. You wanted to know.
I want the whole story.
So I'm just giving you the
background. This is the details.
the more surreal shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
pretty fucking surreal.
That's what I'm saying.
Usher hitting you with the sock passe in the club,
bro. Mad loud, bro. Nah, it's a fucking like, bro. We in a country club, bro. It's broad daylight. It's like, you gotta understand. It's like fucking like 1 PM on a Saturday
at a country club.
Yes.
Sock passe loud in the country club at 1 p.m.
With the ounce right
Remember
there.
how you said earlier you want to do shit that's
yo
not being
with the
done?
ounce right there, yo.
You're already doing things that are not done. You realize that?
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like he blew up his spot. And so now shortly after that, it's like a line of people with their daughters that want to take pictures. I'm like, bro, nobody told you to do that, bro. He like, man, they won't leave me alone. I'm like, yes, they will. I mean that shit, that line formed in like 5 minutes.
For Hov or for Usher?
No, for Usher.
For Usher.
Yeah. People know better. People know to leave Jay alone.
Yeah, Jay does have an energy that while he's a nice enough guy, you could definitely have a great conversation with him. He doesn't give you line up to take a picture necessarily.
I don't even think Usher was given that, but they didn't care.
It was getting taken anyway.
Yes, and that's his problem. It's a special problem, and a lot of people would like that problem.
Right.
Would
you like that problem or no?
Fuck no.
All right, figured. All right, so then what happened after that? So a line forms for Usher.
Well, you know, and then after he figured out how to get them off of him, I think like the Mater D, whatever the fuck the guy is that stands at the podium, he came and he was like, you know, like, all right, please, gather yourselves. You know what I'm saying? God damn it, woman. You know what I mean? So some shit like that. And they went away. And then, you know, what was funny about Usher is like he was really on some like, yo, how do you do it? I was like, what? I don't know. Make music. He like, nah, man, what you be doing? I guess everybody has a ritual. I don't. So
how'd you answer the question?
Fucking boring and shit. Nah, I was like, yo, I mean, I don't know. What the fuck?
Yo,
Just make music. He like, bro, come on, bro. He like trying to shake me down for this shit. Yo, Usher mad aggressive, yo. You know what I'm saying? In a good way.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't know till you met the nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He cool, like I said.
He's super regular. He's
ounce on the table. I ain't gonna say the nigga regular. Right. That's not regular. Yeah, tell me what are your fucking buddies that do that?
I meant in terms of the way he like approaches conversation, but I hear what you're saying.
Shit, even then,
like, no, he's intentional.
Yo, he was cool as hell. He was like, yo, by the way, stay away from such and such. Don't fuck with this. Da da da. You'll do great in this town. All right.
Wow.
Nah, he laid it down, bro. He wasn't bullshitting. So I knew he was really familiar. That shit blew my mind.
Well, I was gonna say that had to blow.
This shit blew my mind because the nigga came there to meet me.
That's way more interesting almost than Jay-Z being interested in you, right? Like, it's like, wow.
Yeah, but the crazy shit is Jay had to be the one to call him. Like, yeah, nigga, this nigga Mach finna pull up, nigga. What, nigga? What's up? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's how I imagine it. Shit, it probably was totally different, but that's me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, somebody need to do an illustration while I'm saying that shit.
I love
yo, one of you crazy YouTube niggas, where you at? Yeah, do that shit.
That story would be fucking
illustrate
great.
that.
So then what was the Jay conversation then?
Nah, Jay was wild, man, because like he was like mad forthcoming. That shit kind of blew me a little bit. Like, what the fuck? I really had to absorb that shit later on because I'm like, yo, he really just gave me his whole history, like unabridged. Like there was like 2 hours of all the shit no one knows. Okay, right here when we was doing this is what really happened.
Wow.
I was like, yo, why are you telling me all this?
I was gonna ask you, why do you think?
No,
why did he want to share that with you?
Shit, I don't know, but I've grown to really appreciate that moment, and any other moment like that, because it's like as a communicator, he's very fucking direct. Like it wasn't no, I don't know, it wasn't no fucking wizardry. It was just like, yo, this wasn't like that. People think this was like this, but this is exactly what we had to do.
Did you know how familiar he was with your music and how he got familiar?
No, I knew he was familiar because I have been hearing about that for years. Like different people telling me, oh, I was in the studio with Goo and da-da-da-da, because, you know, Goo, he still live in Newark. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, GOAT. He was like, over time, like I think over like 4 or 5 years, like ever since maybe like 2017 or something, I've been hearing like murmurings, and it just turn into whisperings, turn into like, things you can actually hear, audible words, and it's like, yo, son, you know what I mean? Oh, well, shit was crazy at that time. Like before we left, he was like, yo, it's 2 people that I consider to be that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
For you?
And I never said that shit. No, he was telling me.
He told you, okay.
Yeah, because he was telling me shit and he was repeating bars, and I was just like, I'm like, yo, I'm waiting for the, what's the fucking, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Right, yeah.
Because
It's Jay-Z, bro.
You so fly, yeah, right, you want to get me. You know what I'm saying? Look at how slanging them like they blue tops, right? So it's like, I was thinking like, yo, is Ashton Kutcher back there somewhere?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on right now? This shit's crazy. And it was just like, he was like, yo.
Yo, but is this alluding to, like, I'm not going to even told you what Jigga told me? Like, is this that? Or?
All right, fuck it. I'm going to tell you what Jigga told me.
Okay.
He said, it's only 2 people that I consider. And the table is me, fucking Hop, Joshua, Hop, me, Hop, my man Dread, Usher. Take that, rewind it back, and then Hove right here, right?
You're on an Ursh basis. It's crazy.
Come on, I gotta be. You know
have
what
to.
I'm saying? Until he, maybe he tell me stop.
Right. Until
You know
he
what
says
I'm saying?
otherwise, he's Ursh.
Nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He won't.
Nah. You gotta, chill. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
Chill, God.
for now, it's Ursh.
Yeah.
Chill, God. You know what I'm saying? But he said, it's only 2 people that I consider to be that nigga. JLX is one and you the other. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what type of octane you got in there, sir, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cheers.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And then we drank water. The shit was mad boring. Yeah.
Mountain Valley, matter of fact.
Well, Mountain Valley, whatever. But,
What you're sipping on right now?
yes.
How did you go to sleep that night? Was there a lot of sitting up, looking up, thinking of being young and the fact that Jay just
Yes.
said that about you?
Yes. For sure. For sure.
That's almost such a big
But
box to
it's
check.
more than
It's-
night. I think that shit, I was on a buzz for a couple months. Personal buzz, obviously. I didn't go and put it on my IG the next day, right? But But then he also knows that this ship holds water. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. My niggas, my co-workers, yeah. And that's something that I'm gonna take with me out of here to the next thing.
Mach Hommy, Tyron, has been a real pleasure, man.
Likewise.
I've enjoyed this. I'm grateful for the time.
It's way better than I thought.
What'd you say?
This shit way better than I thought.
Really?
I was going to
Yeah.
say, like, you asked the question earlier about, like, if he had a song that just, like, took him out of here, TikTok, whatever.
Oh.
Like, I feel like this visit to New York for him is almost like a precursor to that because he's doing a lot of press that when he said he was doing such and such, I was like, what? All right. So I think the answer to your question is, like, I guess we'll see how this week goes, and then I'll report back to you.
Wait, hold on. Was I on the eye? You didn't hit me with the eye.
No.
Did you?
Wait, what?
You hit me with an eye?
Nah.
He was like, "What is he, Rosenberg?"
Oh shit!
Nah.
Hey, you pulling up on me, hey man.
All right.
Hey, you from Harlem, man? Yo, run that.
Nah, to your question, like, and which is why I asked about, like, do you still love it as much? So, like, I'm still very entrenched. So, like, I listen to all of this shit. Like, I know about, your relationship with Mark, and I know, he be trying to, like, inspire you. You know what I mean? So I just wasn't sure.
You don't know if I'm inspired or not.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. So that's why I asked the question, because I just wanted to see where you were in your relationship with the music now. So that's all.
I'm inspired in spurts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's
no,
honest.
For sure.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think this shit was gonna be hitting on nothing like that. Like, this is great.
Oh,
I thought I was coming to give. I didn't think I was gonna get anything. Yes.
I don't know if I'm complimented and offended at the same time.
Yo, but
I'm more
but
complimented.
that's part of that's reality.
That's reality.
Peter, what the fuck?
No,
what are we
get it.
doing?
You're
What
100%.
the fuck? Up late? It's late, right? It's
I
real
know,
late,
it's
right,
real late,
nigga?
real late.
It's real late.
But
All
then
right,
I
yeah.
listened to you during those times, you know what I mean? When we talked about the Kendricks and the Danny Browns and the Joey Badass, and I saw how excited you were during that time period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I wanted to ask if that had anything to do with your professional ascendance, right? Because you do ESPN, you have GP podcast, you're very entrenched in the wrestling world. So it's just like, where does rap fit in that? You know what I mean?
You know,
you even have time. You know what I mean?
You know what? Can I
other
tell you,
shit.
you want the honest? In closing, the most personal thing I'll say about that is, not to say that I haven't been affected at times by being, you know, trying to get a bag somewhere else or whatever it may be, obviously, but to be totally vulnerable and honest, it also feels like I am only going to ever do it for so much regard. I hit where I'm going to hit. And I may be wrong. You never know what random act you get later, right? You know, shit. P-Rock and Common just dropped a great record, and Killer Mike just won a fucking Grammy. So, who knows?
I walk the night rhyming on my bomber nigga like a winter coat. Have him on death row searching for an inner scope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I will say, I think part of it more so than my like distraction, though I think that's real, is probably just like, I don't know. I really tried to like service I did my best to like really put forth good shit. I don't really ever feel like at any point there was like a collective, yo man, Rosenberg's really done the right thing by a lot of shit. Like I really felt like it was like, can we get anyone else who will like good shit except this motherfucker?
Damn,
and
that's
so,
how you feel, son?
Yeah.
They make you feel like that?
Yeah.
Damn,
I mean,
dog.
I kept going, and I just keep doing my shit. I just accepted I'm going to be
when
one
this
lead.
is over, give me some names. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that? Fuck is that?
No, they're just Twitter eggs. You know, what is real life? I know. No, in the street, I feel
Wow.
I feel very good
This
when I
shit
move around.
getting spicy. Wow.
But no, that's true. And it's more probably the way the internet receives things than, you know what I mean? I never was really on the shit that was that thing. It's like we did.
That's dope.
I was doing hip hop. I was making indie hip hop records when it was vinyl still, but MP3s hadn't become a thing yet.
Yes.
Our shit got like sort of lost in the sauce.
White labels.
I was working with this artist, Kev Brown, incredible producer.
DC.
Exactly. We were making our music.
Yeah, you would know.
We did. He would. Yeah, he would. We made it. We did it. We did. He did the best. All due respect to Danger Mouse, he did the best Jay-Z Black album remix album called the Brown album. Go listen to that shit on YouTube when y'all drive out of here. It's a classic. Then Syph and I started the podcast before podcasts were a fucking thing, and we thought the whole time, well, we can't worry about this podcast bullshit. We're on the radio. No one's going to make money with our dumb internet shit. So all we did was record 150 classic interviews, Jay-Z for 90 minutes, Eminem in Detroit for 2 hours, but then all the way down to, you know, fucking multiple conversations with people who are no longer here, all-time greats who have never talked. But, you know what I'm saying, we never got to kind of live in that moment of like, our shit is it. So I guess on some level, it probably affected me over time. And while I enjoy it feels more like a personal project.
It's going to hit harder later.
Oh,
don't play.
No, it could. And by the way, it could still hit.
It's going to hit harder later, and maybe now is later.
I love what you're saying right now. I love what you're saying.
But I also think it probably means you should bring Peter Palooza back.
I didn't say nothing.
Nah.
You said some shit. You said some shit.
Nah.
I'm thinking about bringing some shit
tight,
back,
bro. You know what
I'm trying to do a show with some ill all-time legends, and I was like, but I only want to put like one or two of today, and he was who I thought of, was putting Mach on the shit.
Oh shit! Before we wrap it up all the way, I gotta say one more thing. Like because I didn't get to finish saying it because you said Ghost and shit. So it's Dirty for me. It's Dirty, The Genius, and then Ghost.
As your 3 Wu-Tang members?
Yeah, that's it for me. I could die.
Have you worked with any of them yet?
Nah.
Would you want to?
Yo, is Canada cold?
Usually. I don't know about right now. But yeah. Oh, that Goes Dini thing has to happen. And Jizza. And Jizza verses are... Yo, you know, GZA's like the only Wu-Tang member, not the only, but I probably know GZA about as little as I know any Wu-Tang member.
Run on a track like Jesse Owens, broke the record flowing without any knowing.
By the way, you do a good fucking GZA.
That my wordplay broke the 400-meter
Nah,
relay.
but
It's on.
you
You
know
could do
how I am
Master
with
Killer
tone.
too, I bet.
You know what I mean?
Now, you know how I use the word entrenched? Like, one of my favorite things about our relationship is just riding around in the car with him. And I don't know if it's a specific playlist, but we always find our way back to the same couple Tragedy Gaddafi records. And it's just like,
don't start. Nah, you trying to make this shit never end, nigga. How dare you bring up Tragedy Gaddafi?
Yo,
What does it include?
I don't even know the names of them shits, really. It's just that
Illuminati.
records that I know. Yeah, Thug Minati is one.
Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati.
What
yeah,
about
yeah.
Thug Paradise? No.
I mean, yeah. Thug
No, Thug Paradise is good, but that's
Yeah.
more like,
Yeah, that's
come on, bro.
basic.
Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Not
use your
basic.
fucking bicep.
What's the
You
shit
know
with
what I mean? Like,
What's the shit with Imam Thug? What's the shit?
No. Imam Thug 212 across the
252.
planet.
Yeah, you close.
252
You close?
across the
Yeah.
planet.
Okay.
Michael Benson, you bandit.
Nah, that's on the War Report. Though.
Savage
No,
Beast.
no. But there's a bootleg
but yeah.
version.
We
one
like,
has the singing.
we like Neanderthals trapped in ice. To be precise, the
Ice,
blood of
right,
Christ. Nah, nigga, don't do that. Don't do that.
But see what I mean? This is what it turns into.
But it's
this is what it turns into.
But what it's you won't remember it as the flip side because y'all aren't DJ nerds. But the flip side of the Thug Paradise bootleg is the one with Imam Thug.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That was the fucking. Ooh, it had the
Yeah,
fucking
that one. Yeah,
That shit
The
right.
Never Too Much shit. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Never Too Much shit.
Yeah,
I'm a thug.
I'm a thug. Right,
I'm
there we
a
go.
thug.
Yeah. That one. That definitely
That's
get
why
played in
we
the whip.
steady drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
By the way, that's one of those
Hey.
hilarious gaps in my white boyness.
What do you mean?
Where I know it's a legendary song, and like at every black barbecue ever, Never Too Much was
Yeah,
played,
yeah.
and I swear to
Yep.
God, I don't think I knew it before Imam Thug was singing it. I swear to you,
No, but yo,
I was
think
like
it's-
15 when it came out. I think I knew it from that.
I feel like it's a consequence of just your age, man.
Yeah, no, but I should be old enough to know Never Too Much. Like, it's yo. I mean,
But a lot of us, even like so-called blacks, like we was introduced to a lot of classic music from the samples these cats was
Did
flipping.
you know the Get Money remix shit when it really as just the song? Oh, the fucking the remix beat. You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I got introduced to that record through the song.
Me too.
Yeah, so
And that's a
it's
big
not-
one, too.
That's not an isolated phenomenon because you come from whatever the fuck. No, that happened in the hood. That was happening to people.
I guess
everywhere.
I've been. The problem was I was around so many DJs from New York
Yeah.
that they end up making you feel guilty. They're
Guilty
like
for
you
not
didn't-
knowing that
and I'm like,
record?
my parents were listening to James Taylor. What do you
can
want me to
shuffle
do?
off that mortar coil right now.
I should, right?
Yeah, fuck that. I'm telling you to do
All
it.
right. Thank you. That's, you know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
All this
Yeah.
time, I'm like, well, you
your
have
sins
to.
are forgiven, Peter. The fuck? Move on, nigga.
All right, thank you guys. It's been a treat.
Of
Yes,
course.
sir.
Mach Hommy, Tyron. Peace, guys.
Yes, sir.
Shout out
Peace,
Cypher
peace.
Sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
feel like
Cypher,
this is the,
don't get gassed, man. I can't believe you ain't come, boy. I done wanted to say that shit so bad. See, that's some more petty shit I'm into.
I love it.
Shit like that.
Cypher don't get gas.
Cypher, don't get gassed.
Thank you, guys.
All right, yo, one.